Censored / New York Pacers podcast is in the building. Listen, about time. About time somebody was able to grab a rebound that wasn't on New York. About time somebody was able to hit a big three who last name wasn't Divincenzo. About time. I mean, Nimhard 3 looked like the one Divincenzo hit on us to send the game to overtime and all that goofy stuff. This is a good thing. And not necessarily because New York lost, but it just gives us more basketball. I like more basketball. I like exciting. New York ain't this good. They not this good to be steamrolling through everybody. I don't believe that. So Indiana had to restore my faith that somebody else beside New York can hit a three-pointer and grab offensive rebound. They restore, at least in the clutch moments of the game. Indiana pulls it off. Great game. It was a good game. Yeah. A lot of stuff happened within it kind of reminded me a lot of the Sixers for real, just how back and forth it was and all the stuff that happened within the last like 3 to 5 minutes of the game that really made this joint exciting. But the Nova 3 is getting busy. DiVincenzo with another incredible game. This dude can't miss, man. He a hooper, bro. He a hooper.
They should have never let him go to State.
It looked like let me be clear about this. He was not this good at Golden State. I don't know what happened. Maybe Steph Curry gave him some pointers on the way out the door, and he used that to his advantage.
Maybe Steph Curry sabotaged him because he ain't want him over there taking a shower.
He was not this good at Golden State, bro. But he doing his thing right now. What do he have? He ended with DiVincenzo, 35 points. He was 12 for 25, 7 for 10 from 3. He literally could not miss. He couldn't miss.
I gotta tell you,
but Indiana would go up, put off the victory. Go ahead. What's your thoughts?
One of the most amazing stats to me is this. Right, listen to these numbers. These 18 rebounds, 15 rebounds, 13 rebounds, 14, 9, 17 rebounds, 6, 15. Is this dude 6'11"?
Yeah,
minus.
You would think.
It's amazing. This dude gets. This is why I say a lot of time rebounding is one. You want is hard hustle, and you want to go get that rebound. He went and got them rebounds. He gets that, and when he gets it, he pushes up the floor. He makes the Josh Hart is. Listen, Brunson is the MVP, but Josh Hart, man, he helps that team in so many different ways, man. It's crazy. What a player. What a find for them.
Yeah, I agree.
And they come at you in so many different ways and so many different waves. I think Miles Turner had 10 rebounds. They got to do it's easier. I guess it's easier said than done. Like you got to do a lot better on that rebound, get on the glass. Everybody got to attack the boards. But Josh Hart seems to find that ball. He finds that ball, man. So Knicks is they still a tough team to beat. This was at home. You win on a prayer 3
without OG playing.
Yes.
Yeah. How about it?
So I'm gonna tell you.
So it's gonna be a tough team to beat.
And this was their do or die because we all know
get another win.
If the Pacers would have lost this, the series was over. And I shout out to Halliburton, bro. He came out hot on fire, whenever they needed.
51% from 3. They was at like 70% at halftime.
Oh, the Knicks.
Yes.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy.
I mean, hey, Burt, you know what I'm saying? The boy Burt came in there and was hooping, but Indiana, the Knicks. I'm gonna tell you, you can see where the chink is. I think Indiana was able to get them rebounds and stuff in the second half because New York runs so heavy, such a short rotation. Like you look at the minutes of some of the, I don't know. Did anybody on Indiana play?
That's why they win.
That's what I'm saying.
The Knicks is built to run them minutes.
How long is that going to last for?
Yeah, that's the question I'm asking. But so far as working,
the Pacers run too many subs, too many minutes to make.
Yeah, but if they wasn't running that many, them guys wasn't necessarily going to be getting some of them plays. They was getting down the stretch. They was getting hustle. They was getting hustle stuff on like on a couple plays when it looked like how they did us, where they were getting the rebounds, kicking out. To me, that's the Knicks was starting to wear down a little bit down the stretch of that game. But
the Pacers got them rebounds, yeah.
Yeah, so this time it was the Pacers getting on boards. But that being said, man, the Knicks step up. The Knicks players step up. Brunson. I mean, it wasn't his greatest scoring game that we done seen in the series, but he hits so many clutch shots, though, bro. Like, and the young boy that hit the 3 for Indiana, though, that boy was scared to death. That boy was scared. He was bobbling the ball. Listen, when he made that shot,
the only bad game of the playoffs, though.
I understand that, but that might be why he was shook, because he was struggling all night, and it was like he had to shoot it though. He did the step back. He was bobbing the ball when he shot it. You know how when you like shocked yourself, it was like he looked like yeah, I hit it.
He did.
But
I think he expected to hit that joint, bro.
He hit it though.
It was a throw up 3. Go ahead, Wong.
Okay, so this was really entertaining. It came down to a lot of things. One, missed free throws. Brunson missed a key 3-4 down the stretch. So did Hart, and so that played a role like it did. But
That's
fortunately,
true.
Brunson hit that big 3-pointer at the very end. Wasn't good enough. But you got to give a shout out to the Knicks coaching staff. I know y'all don't like them, but they got that next man up mentality. That got to be that has to be coaching. That got to be the coaching staff. That it got to be what they said. They have a winning mentality.
And you go get players that's willing to do that. That's willing to go.
That's the GM making good selections and building a team.
My bad. Go ahead, Tim.
Yeah. But I mean, when you think about it, though, you looking like OG was having a phenomenal. He was balling for them, but he wasn't even balling like that when he was in Toronto last. But when he got to New York, it seemed like it's a big shift in how he's balling. Then you looking at Donte, like Ephraim said, he wasn't doing this last year with Golden State, but he gets to New York and that built him up, and now he's rolling. Even that center about to get a win full of money. He wasn't doing that when he was before. Like, so it got to be the culture of the New York Knicks, and you saw that tonight, man. They gave it all, and they barely lost this game. I mean, this was a road game. They playing all these minutes. You got Brunson with this foot injury that it's clearly affecting him.
Mm-hmm.
But still, he was.
Is it really?
He shot a bad percentage. But he hit some.
But he had Naismith was in his back pocket. Naismith was draped all over him like one of them cheap Chinese store wife beaters. Hey, he was all in his pocket. He was as soon as he got the ball before half court, he was on him, stalking him down. Like
we gonna find out the next game.
Yeah.
When I look at the numbers, right, Divincenzo was shooting 39% from 3 with Golden State.
Yeah,
that's not bad.
And he probably shooting like 45% right now. What's he shooting in the playoffs?
No, but you talking like he was stinking it up.
He stunk it up early. He almost did what Oubre did. He stunk it up early and he kind of came around.
He's shooting 40%.
He was inconsistent. He was inconsistent. Even Klay Thompson. If you look at Klay Thompson's stats, I think Klay Thompson's shooting like 37% on the year. But we all know
in the playoffs, he went down to 34%.
Exactly. What he's shooting now with New York?
He's shooting 41% in New York in the playoffs.
Exactly. My point. He wasn't. I didn't say he was trash. Hold on. Good.
Hold on. Todd, you tell her you must be a Knicks fan saying the Knicks lost to the refs. Don't think he's seen a game ref this as bad ever. Listen, that's because you're a Knicks fan.
Yeah,
there's a lot of people.
Exactly.
There's a lot of people that think the Knicks had a benefit of a lot of whistles. You know what I'm saying? So
and he's up 7-16.
It's kind of like Sixers fans crying about players getting foul calls. We can't do that because we get them. So you can't cry about them whistles from the refs because the refs been very favorable to New York.
That magic fairy dust of TJ McConnell wasn't there today.
This is my problem with TJ McConnell.
Yeah, but he was a plus 10 last game. Today was
he's
like
a minus 19 today. He's a minus 19 today.
Yeah.
He's getting way too many minutes, right?
Every time he got in the game, he lost the lead.
Yeah.
I think he can't stretch the floor enough.
That's the problem.
To help with the offense, to me. You know what I mean? His defense is all right. He's scrappy. He's a solid player, but for what they need on this team, I don't think he's it. I don't think he's it. I actually think they need a better two guard. I think Indiana needs a better two guard on their team.
Yeah.
You don't like the boy Nim?
He can't really create a shot. He's a shooter. I mean, I guess you got Halliburton.
Yeah, I'm about to say Halliburton's a great plate maker. So I mean, Halliburton gonna get him buckets.
Listen,
they might have been better off keeping Buddy Hield for all that.
No.
Truth be told, X-Man, that grit only gonna get you but so far because my problem with TJ is he lacks not only the shooting, but he lacks the athleticism. Like Hart and all them, Hart is an athlete. Divincenzo is an athlete. This is why them dudes could jump up, grab rebounds, and drop 35 points and dunk on you and all that kind of stuff like that. It's a certain amount of athletics that you need to help elevate your team in this type of playoff atmosphere. He might be able to give you a game here or there because he go hard. He do. And I respect TJ for going hard. I do. I never hate on a man for giving it his all. He lays it out on the line. But I just think his athleticism is really what hinders him from really helping his team the way he needs to help his team. But
what exactly do people expect from a TJ McConnell? See, the problem we had when he was here was because Brett was playing him over other people that, if you got number one draft picks and stuff, you should be running them out there. Or if you have an Alec Burke on your team that's just sitting there and was brought in to be that shooter, you put him in instead of TJ McConnell. But TJ, if you look at as a role player, TJ I can't hate on him as a role player. I just hated the hype that they overhyped him.
I just don't think he's a role player. I don't think he's a consistent role player for a contending team. I don't think you can win with TJ as your backup point guard if you're trying to win a championship. And X-Men, what I mean is that you saying he fits. They lost the lead every time they got into the game today. Now this hasn't been an ongoing thing in the playoffs, but as the playoffs get deeper and these dudes start going harder and the refs start letting you get away with a little bit more, I don't think he's going to be effective. I don't think he's enough to help you win a championship. I just don't. But I mean,
who's all the great backup point guards that on teams that won? Like,
I mean, you told me last year when Campaign got in for the Suns when they got in the championship, he had 30 points. You think TJ can give you 30?
I mean, what did TJ did? What TJ just gave him the other day? What it was just 20 something?
18. I think it was 18 points.
That last game he gave? That's all he had. Oh, okay.
I think it was 18. I mean, he's not I'm not saying he's a bum. I'm just saying I don't think he's enough to help you win. You need your backup point guard sometimes to get enough in there when Holly get out there and get a breath that your lead is not going to evaporate. Both leads evaporated both times you got in the game. That's why he's a minus 19. And a lot of it was in part due to him.
Yeah, this is not the team. This is not the kind of team he's going to prosper on. Because first of all, he's undersized. He used that shiftiness against other people. You got another team that has smaller guys that's grittier and just as shifty. So that stuff not going to fly against a team like New York.
But listen, not going. I don't want Paul George. We'll talk about that later with the Sixers. I do not want that man here. That's another. We'll get into that. Yeah, I know y'all Paul George fans. I'm not a fan of Paul George. He comes up. He's lame in the playoffs. I'm not a fan of Paul George. You gotta follow this. I know he's a name. He's a big name, Paul George. I'm not a fan of him.
Yeah, he's like a 6'8" Joel Embiid.
Yeah, I'm not.
As a well, I agree with you about the kind of older players. I do want some young energy in here and all that. I still would take Steph. Obviously, I think if you ask me, talent-wise, Steph is the.
Oh, that's what he said. Okay, I thought he was
out of the older players, Steph is still the creme de la creme. He still got from what I see, still got a lot left in the tank. But as regards this game. Somebody said it earlier, the Bull Nimhard, as bad as he struggled tonight, he might have saved their series. If this series turns around and goes 7 or Indiana wins, this shot will go down in infamy. It almost played out like the Maxey shot. This might have been the Maxey shot. It might just be a blip on the radar where they happen to win one game and then
it is a game 3. Maxey was game 5.
Maxey, I think it was game 4, right? Or 4.
Game 5.
But
is game 4 must win.
It's a great series so far.
This game for who?
For the Pacers.
Absolutely,
yeah, I think so. Absolutely.
You can't go down.
Going back to New York.
Yeah, and you just eked out this win. It's like, and again, shout out to Halliburton, bro. Excuse me. Like he seems so mild, man, and like his demeanor and stuff. But you seen that in him, like when he was just like. He was told like y'all can't. Basically said y'all can't guard me. Like he was talking that talk and backing it up though.
He did. No, he did. Ali was.
I mean, it was a couple plays. It was a couple plays that he left on the court though in the fourth quarter. Like it was a turnover, one of them when he like jumped up off his feet and whatever like that. Yeah. But they started shifting stuff toward him a little bit. But they did this is what teams supposed to do, and the Knicks do it more than everybody else in my opinion. The role players play their role. You have a different guy coming up. Even tonight, they had different guys stepping up. like Tim was saying, it's amazing. Like they went out and actually got the kind of players that's going to fit the system that they want to run and buy into it fully.
Look, first of all, Knicks run ain't a fluke. Knicks run.
Oh, I don't think it's a fluke either.
I don't like when people say that this is a fluke. These dudes are playing hard basketball. They grinding. They hustle from the tip to the end.
It's a little bit.
Halliburton ain't soft. I don't think Halliburton's soft.
New York hustle all. It's not one play they take off. Not one play.
I think it's a little bit fluky. Like not fluky in the sense like they not that good, but fluky in the kind of sense that they got hot.
Caught fire.
Yes, like it reminds me of like this might be a New York Giants type thing. Remember the New York Giants came in, they wasn't this low of a seed, but Giants was a wild card, got in and got hot at the right time and steamrolled their energy all the way to the championship. This is what the Knicks is looking like. Like Divincenzo is shooting with confidence never seen before, bro. Like when he
wait, never seen by who? You do know, wasn't he the one hitting the big shots in the championships for Villanova?
I'm talking about in the league, in the NBA, with the 3-point line is further back, and he's shooting further back than that.
Then you know what? Maybe the Knicks said we want you to be what you could be. Don't worry about having to get the ball up to Steph and letting Steph and Clay or whoever else will get their shots. You could come here and you can shoot, and now he's shooting.
Or maybe the pressure of playing with Steph was too big for him, and now he's
so Steph make players worse. Okay.
No, the pressure. Just like we talk about Philly, how we say the pressure of Philly can fold people and all that kind of stuff. Maybe the pressure of playing with like when people say the pressure of playing with LeBron, because LeBron, you play with LeBron, you gotta win. You can't miss. You missed 2 shots with LeBron. The reason why they lost the game is because of you, not nobody else. So it might be with that. They got championship aspirations. But I mean, it's not fluky like these bulls are trash, but bro, they hot right now. They smoking hot. Who's Josh Hart? Who's Josh Hart shooting? He gotta be another one. He gotta
start some trouble. I want to start some trouble. Hey, Knicks fans, are the Knicks better without Julius Randle? I need to know that. Are they a better team without Julius Randle?
OG, I mean, what was their record looking like without him? I mean, with him though.
I don't know. He reminds me of Pacal a little bit. Pascal is okay.
Trash. I told y'all that.
he throw up a lot, and to me, Julius Randle does that too. He shoots a lot of bad shots.
I'll tell you one
just
thing.
ask the question.
If they get to the NBA Finals without Julius Randle will be on the market by the end of the summer, by the middle of the summer.
I could agree.
You think so?
Oh,
they're gonna be trying to slide him down here to get Embiid.
They're gonna do. Cause Leon Rose was at Joel Embiid. Their general manager was at Joel.
See Greg Perry. I hear it's sound like 50-50 right now.
Hey, I was about to say that. I know a few Knicks fans, and it seems like it's like a 50-50 take on Julius Randle.
Telling you, if they get to the NBA Finals, they're going shopping. They're going shopping.
You think they're going to shop Randle?
Oh yeah, if they get to the Finals,
somebody say Ampuman said Julius Randle already on the market. Yeah, but yeah, I mean,
bro, Josh Hart, and this is what I'm talking about, right? Josh Hart regular season. You know what he shot for 3? He shot 31% from 3 during the regular season. You know what he's shooting now? He's shooting 44%.
That was the Sixers' fault. That's the Sixers' fault, though.
But this is what I'm saying. These dudes, it's a little fluky in the sense that this ain't normal. This is not.
Or maybe they just know that it's time to go for real.
I'm gonna tell you what happens, right? The Sixers' game plan was to let Josh Hart shoot. That was the game plan.
He's still shooting.
But once you see one start going down, now it's like his confidence is so high. A lot of times about confidence, these dudes are professionals. They shoot the basketball.
That's true, but listen, they shoot the basketball. Last year he was 31% in the playoffs. That's what he was in the playoffs last year. His career for shooting threes is 34%. So this is an anomaly. What's happening? You tell me I'm sure he had somebody dared him to shoot somewhere in the course of his 8-year career. Like I'm sure this has happened before.
Hey, through the roof right now.
Hey, I think Dwayne 1073 made a good point. He was saying about Randle. They didn't really get a chance. Remember, they made some of these trades at the deadline and stuff. They made some trades in the trades, Randle didn't really get a chance to play with that team with the trades. So maybe you can still add Julius Randle back into this mix. You know what I'm saying? Now with the other pieces in there, and you can fit him in. It's not really. He did take a lot of. No, I'm not saying that it's not. But who's to say that? Who's to say that you can still have him in there and incorporate it into the system? And if he's going to buy in, and the coach knows how to use him.
Brunson is.
Because they did go. They went on this run. They did make moves to improve their team once he went down.
Yeah, they did. They really did. No, they did. That is true. Because they got OG after he went down, right? Then they got OG. Yeah, I mean, and I still can't believe they played this good of a game with OG now. That's another thing. Y'all right about that. But the Alec Burke, ex-Sixer, mind you, came in and hit how many threes he hit? He hit at least 4, I think. Did he hit another one? I remember him hitting 4 threes.
He was like Buddy Hield was.
Yeah.
In the game 6.
He was 2 for 4.
Oh, he's 2 for 4? I thought he must have hit 2 back-to-back. Okay.
He was 2 for 4.
Another thing that worked out for the Pacers this game was, remember, what coaches do the game that they lose, what they yell, they start yelling about the calls. So then now in the next game, the refs is a little bit more sensitive and they may give you a favorable whistle. So
Josh.
So, yeah. Well, Carlisle after y'all remember after the last game, he was real. They sent something to the NBA, said it was like 78 missed calls or something like that.
They did.
So now this game, it was a lot down. I'm looking at it now. I'm seeing that as far as free throws, one team shot 41, the other team shot 42. So he played it was a little chess move that he did the last game to make this game a little bit more successful. So
22. They shot 22.
I mean, they had
18. What were you looking at?
Was it fouls or rebounds?
Free throw. Yeah, you're looking at rebounds. They shot 22. The Knicks shot 22 free throws. Indiana shot 18.
Yeah, still, you see how close it was compared to
Knicks still.
I mean, they play a different style.
Is it because they attack more?
I think so. Yeah. Knicks played more physical. Like you said,
only shot
the Pacers are. Yeah, the Pacers more like an up and down. You know what I'm saying? Hit you in waves of speed and moving. But I don't know. Is OG just out for the night, or is he? I'm saying how long?
Said he gonna miss game. Somebody said in the comment section he's gonna miss game 4 too.
It's a hamstring injury, so he might not be back until like the middle of the next round.
That's at all.
Exactly. Yeah, but I'm like, I mean, they got that's like the guy Precious Achua. Like he wasn't even Precious Achua. He wasn't. Was he even getting any burn before Mitchell Robinson went down? Then all of a sudden he started getting minutes.
Yeah, he wasn't playing.
Yes, but I mean they got bodies that they plug in.
What does that say? It's about coaching.
Oh no! It's about coaching and culture. You still sometimes you got to look past just getting the talent on the team, and you got to get a certain type of player. We always talk about that all the time. You talking about you want the guy that grew up with you want to get a guy that grew up in the projects or something. You know what I'm saying? Certain dudes that have a certain mindset. Yeah. But the Knicks look like they building their team around tough, gritty type players, the same type of players. That's why I don't understand anybody in Philly that doesn't like this Knicks team. This Knicks team actually is the kind of team that Philadelphia would love. What'd you say?
We from Philly, so no, we don't like the Knicks team.
You can like a team without being a fan of the team. Like you can see a style of a team that you like to play. Don't you like Brian teams?
No, I don't like Brian.
now you don't.
I like Brian as a player.
No,
I can admire a team and like the style of ball that a team play with.
I agree with Wade. I do like how hard they go. Some of the flopping a little bit by Brunson and Hart kind of irritate me a little bit, but I do the same thing sometimes, and that irritates me. Y'all know I'm not a fan of reaching or fishing for a foul. I've never liked that type of basketball.
That's B style.
But this team, I mean, they active, bro. They got heart. They active. I cannot hate on that at all. You got to respect heart and activity to the rock. These boys go after the ball like they rarely, very rarely do you see them fumble a ball out of bounds. They must work on hand drills like with the ball or something. There's a lot of teams they don't want to grab it, the ball shoot out of bounds. Very rarely does it happen to these boys. It's like they stuck this joint in. It's crazy, bro.
What's that?
Was it Nimhard that just went for the rebound and knocked the ball out?
Triple pause that.
Boys got to stop this, man. We got to stop this.
But do y'all understand They literally lost Randle. They lost Bogdanovich. They lost OG.
Yeah, I forgot about Bogdanovich too. This is crazy.
And
they got deep team. They got deep team. They got that depth. They got it's difference between having depth and real depth. They got real depth, real dudes that can come in and play. We ain't had real depth.
Well, you don't necessarily know that if guys don't have to play. Some of them guys on the Knicks.
Alex Burke came in and played.
But what I'm saying is some of them guys
ain't getting in. You see Shake ain't getting in. That was our depth.
Oh yeah,
what I'm saying is
Mitchell Robinson. So they lost Mitchell Robinson. That's 4 players down.
And what I'm saying is the same thing like y'all was saying.
Right. I forgot all about him, the beat stopper.
Yeah. The same thing that y'all was sitting there and talking about, like when our coaches don't give other guys players. When y'all say our coaches wasn't giving other guys burn and stuff like that, like some of these guys wouldn't be getting no burn. It's just they got the opportunity and they stepped up. Like who's to say? Like y'all said, who's to say if Ricky Council would have got some minutes, if what he would have done? You know what I'm saying in there. So I
agree.
You know, you don't know.
Blame Morey. Blame Morey for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, Morey signed Ricky Council, but I mean, I guess we blame him for that. I thought that's more of a coach call.
It don't matter if you don't play him.
It don't matter if I don't care who you sign.
I mean, ain't that the coach call though? The GM job is to put the people on the roster. The coaches.
No, he already spoke. He already signed one. He said.
Okay.
I'm just trying to figure out.
He talked about what he said, but the coach, he told him this is what the coach is. This is what the coach is looking for. He told him what the coach was looking for.
Forget all that. I'm trying to find out who else New York is hiding on this bench because they just keep pulling people. It's like a never.
It don't matter.
It's like a never-ending supply of players that who. Like, next year they're gonna have somebody from M1. I guarantee you, if somebody else get hurt, somebody from M1 mixtape, like Air Up There, going to show up. It's somebody in this. It's like a factory line of players that they keep on producing. We just named 5 legitimate starters or legitimate starters or role players that's out, and they still lost by like 5 points. This is crazy. And probably should have.
Sixers gonna pick him up. Watch, they're gonna give him a boatload of money, and he's gonna stay.
They ain't gonna give him a boatload. I don't know what's a boatload. He's
gonna get money. He's gonna get paid.
All right, but that's why I don't think the Sixers would get him.
He earned a big check.
Oh no, he earned his money, but I don't think the Sixers is gonna spend big money on that position.
Ain't OG a free agent too?
I think OG's under contract still.
Okay.
What'd you say, OG?
OG under contract.
OG get hurt a lot though.
Appreciate it, Trader Chris.
What Trader Chris say?
Said, just wanted to say, love the podcast. Been listening for years. Wish you guys all the success in the world.
Oh, that's what's up. No, bro, I appreciate that. That's
contribute to that with that like. Make sure you like that video.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, bro.
Hey, yeah, X-Men. I know, I understand. It is called having a front office, but I mean,
he a free agent.
Good night, like
you too, Red.
They just pumping them. But that's the thing about it. We had Trey Burks. Like, why we didn't we trade Trey Burks? Who did he trade Trey Burks for?
Yeah, he was in some type of.
He wasn't getting no burn from Brett Brown.
He was only here for like 20 games.
Yeah, and he actually did good when he came in.
But wait, and see, this is why I'm talking about real quick. We're gonna talk a little bit about the Sixers. Remember how we was talking about all the stuff that was going on and like what GMs got to control stuff back then. Even though Elton Brand was the GM, he was the one that brought Burks in here because Burke came here on the strength of Elton Brand. But Elton Brand wasn't the one not giving Burke no burn. It was Brett Brown. And then Brand ended up doing Burke a favor and trading him because he wasn't getting no burn here.
We hold on to the Cork Mazes of the world. Like, we hold on to certain boys too long and let boys who could have been legitimate ballers walk out the door. That's what I don't. This kind of irritates me. I don't like. Like, who else we got on our team? It's a couple dudes I think that we keep around who we could probably have better players waiting in the wings, and we don't. But obviously you need them because Knicks just lost a whole starting lineup. But guess what? They ain't miss a beat. I guarantee Divincenzo go down and watch somebody else come in, Burke's little brother or something. Somebody gonna come in and start hooping.
They gonna pick Giannis' brother up off the trade. They gonna pick him up off the free agency list next year. He gonna be most improved player.
Knicks will have him hooping. This
is crazy. Yo, but I gotta give you
put back dunks on people.
We gotta talk about that Joker MVP. We gotta get in that Joker MVP today.
Oh, all right, we gonna talk about that too. Also, want to talk about what y'all think about the boy Jamal Murray. He actually playing pretty good tonight so far. He got 11 points, but he been in shackles. He been in basketball purgatory right now. The way he
Joker ain't been playing good either.
No. The whatchamacallit didn't play good neither game. Joker had a good first game. The second game he kind of played bad, but Jamal Murray been playing like straight dookie, and now he want to throw a temper tantrum and start throwing stuff on the court and all this stuff like that. What y'all think about that? Y'all think that's suspect or what's the deal? Too much? Huh? What happened?
I mean, he got fined $100,000. He probably should have been.
How much he got fined? $100K?
He got fined $100K.
Crazy.
He got fined $100K.
He should have been.
If he hit somebody, he probably got suspended. He ain't hit nobody though.
Probably.
If it was a regular season game, he would have been suspended.
Yeah.
But in the playoffs, they gonna let him play.
I tell you what. I promise y'all that Minnesota better not let Denver come back.
Yeah.
Minnesota better. If Denver win these next two games, Minnesota not winning.
They got to split. They're gonna split because it look like they're down 17 now, so they may not win this one. But 17 in the NBA right now is sweet. That's
they are down 17.
Man, it's the second quarter. You talking about 17? They got Ant-Man on their squad. Watch they come back. Watch they come back in this game.
Yeah, and he did the money sign too. Yeah, he might.
Are they down 17 in Minnesota? Where they at?
They're in Minnesota.
Minnesota.
First two games in Denver.
Yeah.
But that's crazy because Minnesota was doing them dirty in Denver. Now it look like Denver about to do them dirty in Minnesota. So I don't know what's happening with this series. This is going to be great too.
It could be that, but it could just be, when you got a championship caliber team like Denver, they ain't going to just go out all week. They know how important this game is the same way that Indiana knew Game 3 was big for them to win.
Yeah. No, you do come out with a little different energy. And sometimes even being up like that, you play with a little bit of, I'm not gonna say lackadaisical, but you kind of play on house money. You know what I'm saying? Like you might not go as hard as you necessarily need to because you got that little cushion. Like, if we lose, we still up 2-1. But being down like that. No, it's natural though. I know you can, but that's what the coach is there to try to keep you from getting that mindset. But it's kind of natural to have that we already up mindset type joint a little bit. Like they say when you win a championship, they say the hardest thing is to go back and win it again because a lot of people got we won last year. You got that mindset. So
we gonna see what happens when they come out in that second half because no matter what they gonna get in there and do
a little run.
But what y'all think about the MVP though? Ethan did bring that up. I ain't want to sidetrack your point. Which y'all think is well deserved? Y'all think he should have got 3? He shouldn't get no more. Who should have?
I don't know how Shaq felt about it.
I would not say that it was undeserved. You can. Go ahead. We can read that.
Be wise. Shout out to you.
Love listening to y'all, even though I'm a Knicks fan. Rather listen to y'all instead of Knicks post game. Y'all better find a way to trade for Bridges from BK before the Knicks do. Yeah. That was talking about that earlier. Jumping on that type time the last couple days.
Listen, I'm telling you, if we get him, that's what I said. I don't care about no Paul George, LeBron. I don't care about none of them boys. If we can get our job for Morey is to give up some of them draft picks, we got to get Mikal because if we get Mikal Bridges in here, we right there.
If the Knicks get Mikal Bridges, is over. It's over for the Knicks.
They gonna have the Wildcats.
Yeah, we're gonna have to shut the podcast down.
Yes, no. We'll be the New York. We'll be the New York Knicks podcast.
Yeah, that's all.
But it'll be a transition. There's a Rip Ring sign down there. Little Philly Uncensored podcast. We're to rip that down and give him with orange and blue.
What do you say? The tri-state area.
Instead of being Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, Philly, and Delaware.
Bro, it's gonna happen.
But yeah, what I was
Go ahead.
But about Joker though, see, my issue with it is this: we've had all these years where you could have had guys win 3 in a row, even though he didn't win 3 in a row. You could find guys that get 3 in a row and this, that, and the other, and they always find a reason not to give it to him. We don't want to give somebody. It's always a reason not to. It's ludicrous to me for him to have more MVPs than Tim Duncan, or so you telling me Joker's that much better?
I don't think you could compare that. I think what you got to do is compare.
Well, I'll say I think it should have been Shy though. First of all, I'll say I think it should have been Shy.
You can't be like, well, he not. But you got to compare who he went against to win the MVP, and why Shy deserves it over him. To me, Shy took a team that was 10th place in the West to first place in the year.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that's MVP worthy.
I agree.
Joker. Listen, but it's hard to argue that almost triple double. You know what I mean? Was he 12 and 9 and 27, 12 and 9? It's hard to argue that. But to take a team in the West that went 10th place last year and now they first place, to me, that's MVP worthy. That's MVP worthy.
I told y'all over and over again. I know when the NBA is trying to credentialize somebody, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to. Joker is a great player, but now they're trying to make him on the same level as Kareem, as Wilt, as Shaq. And the way you do it is by you give him all these special credentials, as all these titles behind him.
Is he that good though?
He's good. I'm not going to take away from his greatness. You can't.
You're trying to a little bit. You're trying to a little bit.
But the thing is, when Shaq deservedly should have won, probably and I said this earlier, in 2020, 2001, when Iverson won, Shaq still was better than Iverson that year. But Iverson was having that great year. But Shaq team lost one game in the playoffs. They was dominant the entire year. But
see this to me, even to that point you're making, MVP is not the vote for the best player of the game. It's for the most valuable player. So that being said, I get, because I'm kind of revisiting my point, because is Joker, if they didn't have Joker, would they still be able to win? Not say that they would win a championship, but would they still win without Joker?
No, he does. So
you don't think that they could even be a winning team?
Nah.
I think they still be. They would.
I mean, they got it because they got a lot of talent. They still got Jamal Murray. They still got other guys.
But Wayne, flip it. When Murray went out, they weren't that same team. When it was
I agree. And the only reason I'm saying that because, like, when you brought up AI, we already know if AI wasn't on that Sixers team, that team wasn't sniffing nothing. That team probably wouldn't even made the playoffs.
But who you replacing him with?
But I'm saying, but like when he was saying Shaq and AI, and I'm saying to that point that, like, if you're saying Shaq was surrounded by a team full of talent, whereas though AI was by itself. So I could see them with that. That being said, to me, Denver has a good team and a good supporting cast. Like Tim said, we're not going to underestimate the big games Jamal Murray them had in the game, and that saved them multiple times too. So, and when he wasn't there, they ain't win. So,
I mean, but if Joker ain't there, what you think? If Joker there and if Jamal Murray there, you think they're going to still be successful too?
I think they could still I think they still be a playoff team.
That's probably about
Wasn't they a playoff team when Murray was hurt?
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I think the most compelling argument for Shy is that the record changed from being, the seeding rather from being 10th to what they would end up being number one seed. That says a lot. I know somebody mentioned Chet balling and all that, but even before Chet came there, that number 10 seed, the crazy part about it is OKC was actually, you can kind of see them trending in the right direction last year because they had 40 wins last year. It was actually only 5 wins out of being 5th place. The 5th place team was Phoenix and they had 45 wins. So, and they had 40 wins. So, I mean, they were still Shy, still that bull. Don't get it twisted. Now, Chet and the rest of Dort and all them, they helping. You need a team to get number 1 seed, but Shy he's the heart and soul of that team. Should he have won MVP? I don't know.
What help did AI have in 2000? If you ain't have him scoring 30, almost 35 points a night, Sixers wasn't winning.
Greg Perry,
he had multiple 50-point games that season. Stop.
Greg Perry said he think Brunson should have at least. Brunson didn't get no votes at all for MVP. You think Brunson should at least got some votes?
I mean, Brunson kind of got hot toward
because
his name got hot. His name got hot toward the end of the season.
It's a regular other guys award.
Yeah.
Since you extend that into the playoffs,
no. But hold up. But Brunson actually, I mean, he was decent during the regular season too. I mean, he averaged 28.7 points. That's 47% shooting, field goal, almost 48% shooting. I mean, his numbers wasn't bad. It could be in consideration, but I think other guys, you saw their teams, and that's another thing for Shy.
What second? Wasn't it?
His team is number 1. His team is the top team. Huh?
He shot 40% from 3 too. Huh?
Wasn't Knicks number 2?
Brunson.
Yeah, no, Knicks was number 2 seed. Number 2 seed in the East.
I mean, they really should have been number 3 seed. The Bucks just completely fell apart at the end.
Oh, Dominican.
I thought they said Brunson. CA Mafia said Brunson top 5 MVP votes. I thought they said he didn't get no first place votes though. So to my knowledge, he didn't get no first place votes. They said that's what I meant to say.
I gotta find out who his MVP.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure Joker probably got most of, and that's my other thing. Like, Joker probably got the majority of the number one overall. It's like people already got named out Joker, the guy, Joker. And I'm not hating on Joker. Joker's a great player. He's won one chip. You know what I'm saying? And he's been to one final. And that's not to discredit everything else that he's done. But usually if you see a guy that's getting some 3 MVPs.
A chip don't give you an MVP. An MVP is a regular season award. So you don't think that adds in when people doing voting? That they don't think about like that. You don't think they think so? You don't think that when people was looking at he could win, but it's still.
No, the voting is already done before the playoffs.
No. What I'm saying is, all right. Say if Embiid is in the running for MVP, and they look at him the year before in the previous years, he stunk it up in the playoffs. You don't think that goes in their mind when they vote on that regular season next season?
Possibly.
That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Like with stuff like that. So if I'm looking and I'm like, I don't know. I just feel like they overly try to push Joker.
See, my thing is, and I had this conversation with y'all earlier. I'm not even mad at Joker winning the MVP. I'm not even mad at the MVP awards. I'm mad at what people try to make the MVP mean for said player's career. People, in my opinion, voted on awards, and a lot of y'all New York Knicks fans, y'all might be new to my whole spill on this. Voted on awards, in my opinion, have very little value when it determines a player's historical relevance or the I guess the ranking of his NBA career. I hate when I hear, well, he had 5 first team All NBAs, or he was named he was named on the NBA defensive team 3 times, or he won this award. That really don't move the needle for me. It's an opinion based award. For instance, and I use this example as what I mean. Klay Thompson for years, for probably at least 7 years, was known as one of the best two-way NBA players in the league as regards offense and defense. You realize he only made 1 NBA defensive first team, and he made it toward the tail end of his career. I think he made it like the year before he had to get hurt. So it's stuff like that that's like, bro, but he's recognized as you put him on all the best players. They put him on Kyrie when Golden State was playing him. Every time they put him on Harden, they always put him on the best players because he was the best defender and one of the top defenders in the NBA. Never made an NBA defensive team until late in his career. So all them voting awards and stuff like that, they don't mean nothing to me. So they, people say, oh man, he had 3 MVPs. Now he's climbing up the ranks. No, you climb up the ranks because what's your impact on the game? What's your impact on your team winning? What's your field goal percentage? What's your block? What's your defensive win shares? What's your rebound? What's your assists? Tangible stats? What's your?
Oh, they're not going to count defensive win shares for Joker. They ain't going to do
that. But what's your crunch time, clutch time moments? What's your points looking like? All this stuff is categorized. What I think they should do, and then I'll let y'all go ahead because I'm rambling. What I think they should do is put almost every single stat that you can imagine is logged and tabulated. What they should do is put them all into one of these little chat GPTs, one of these new AI mechanisms they got working, put all the stats in there and let the stats determine who the MVP is. Because they got crunch time points, defensive win shares, offensive win shares, a field goal efficiency, which your field goal is when you factor in your 3-point percentage and all this, that, and the third. They got all that stuff. Put it into the computer and let the computer decide. Either way you can do it.
If you want to do that,
can I address something real quick? Because they keep trying to argue that AI had all this help. Somebody said he had the 6th man a year, Aaron McKee. Aaron McKee averaged 11 points a game that year. So don't tell me about all the help AI had. Aaron McKee averaged 11 points a game that year. And I loved Aaron McKee, defense and everything else. Stop talking like AI had all this help.
AI was the help. He was the star.
I just had to address that.
No,
he had a solid defensive team, but offensively wasn't giving no output. Go ahead.
So here's what I'm saying. Allen Iverson,
Albert's a bowler.
Shaq should have still got that MVP.
Not analytics. It's statistical. It's tabulation of all the stats, not the analytics per se, but it's all the numbers crunched.
Then the AI wouldn't have won. Allen Iverson averaged 31 points a game, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists, 4.6 assists a game that year. And in the playoffs, he went up to 32.9, 6 assists, and 4.7 rebounds. And then when you look at Shaq was dominant the whole year. Shaq averaged 28 points a game, 12 rebounds, 3 assists. In the playoffs, he averaged 33 points, 15.8 rebounds, 4.8 assists.
Now when you argue,
they lost one game in the playoffs.
So this one you say, where do you get it from? Then do you go off of stats, or do you go off of who was the most valuable person to their team? And when I'm saying AI didn't have a team, I'm not saying that we was garbage. I think it's a lot like New York, where you have players step up and do stuff, but it wasn't no bunch of scoring on that team. In that aspect, it wasn't too many people you could plug in that place in that team.
I agree. That's why
that's good. That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. In that case, I can kind of see where they argue with Joker, because can Joker be replaced on Denver? Like if they put somebody else in the spot.
If you can make the argument for AI winning the MVP in 2001, then you can make the argument for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander making it getting the MVP.
Oh no, I agree.
I'm going to create the system. I'm going to create the spreadsheet. I'm going to put all the numbers in, and I'm going to tell you.
It's all about who they like.
By the numbers.
I'm trying to find a list.
It is. That's what I'm saying. But we need a more viable way to do it.
If you do it by the numbers, nobody that you like will make the MVP.
The numbers don't lie.
Iverson would have never made it. If you do it by the numbers, Iverson would have never got MVP.
Ethan, what you say about the numbers, Ethan?
Nah, I was looking at the voters.
No. What's your phrase about the numbers?
Oh, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Talk about Jay-Z. That's the New York line.
Put the numbers in there and watch the numbers do what they do. The numbers tell you minutes played. It tells you everything. It's hardly no stat that's not categorized and logged in the NBA. I'm telling you right now.
Joker go with the numbers.
Even impact. Greg Perry, I'm telling you, impact is in there, because impact is about, what would you consider impact? Crunch time points. Points when your team is down by a certain amount of points and who actually rose the kick. The numbers is all in there. I'm telling you now.
Joker,
take the spreadsheet.
Is Joker the best player in the league right now?
No. I don't know. All around, I don't know.
Arguably,
if I'm taking right now, I might grab Edwards. If I'm grabbing right now,
gamer, you agree with me, don't you? Facts. Well-seasoned gamer agrees with me. Let's run the well-seasoned gamer. Get the spreadsheet going. But Joker probably he might be the best player in the game right now. The Joker.
Brunson probably having the best playoffs though right now.
He might be the best player, Ample, I'm telling you. Oh, Brunson definitely having the best playoffs right now.
Brunson having the best.
Outside of the first 2 games against the Sixers, he been.
You think his playoff run is better than Edwards right now?
Yeah, better. He better. His confidence.
Yes, because he is the NBA.
No, but I'm just saying because Edwards also out there. He played defense and everything else. Like he's a two-way player. He's a two-way player.
Let me ask y'all this.
Who told you that?
What y'all talking about?
Brunson not a two-way player?
I mean, he's not. I don't think he's as good a defender as Edwards is. No.
I don't know. I argue that Brunson plays defense.
Brunson be in there, yeah.
Brunson plays smart and he slide in the way. I see the athleticism in Edwards when he chasing down blocks and all that other stuff, and even man up defense. I think that I think he's a better defender than Brunson.
You know what's funny though? Y'all hating on the analytics stats thing that I'm trying to get going. And I want Tim to do it because Tim this is what he does. He's a computer. But when we argue Jordan versus Bron, we always argue numbers. Everybody argues the numbers. When they argue who's more, remember everybody was saying Jordan was more clutch, and then people came out and paraded with all these videos about how clutch LeBron was and all the shots he hit. And the NBA keeps all these stats. So anytime we argue who's better, when we argue with Kobe and Bron, we pull up what's Kobe's field goal percentage. Kobe's field goal percentage is far lower than some of us thought when it came to mid-range and all that kind of stuff like that, three-pointer. Well, Bron shoot a better three than Kobe. He got a better overall field goal percentage. Bron has assists. He has rebounds. This was his clutch points and all. We do this already. The only thing we need is somebody to actually create a formula and spreadsheet to put the numbers in and let the thing do what it do. It will tell you who's the best player by stats every year, and it won't be wrong. I'm telling you.
Anybody got time for that? It's like, no. Hey, listen, develop an app, develop a system for it. Do it. Get on it.
That's what I need to do. That's what I
Get
need
on
to do. Nobody stole my job.
Listen, Golden State's going to stink next year, so all the time instead of wasting time staying up late and watching that, put time in to make that
Which
happen.
one of y'all was saying the Knicks run is a little fluky?
Ooh, I ain't calling it.
Which one of y'all said the Knicks run is kind of fluky?
Me.
Okay. Because the boy Draymond Green, he said he compared the Knicks fluke run to the Hawks and Blazers.
It's a fluke. It's a little fluky because dudes is playing a way above what they were playing before.
He said it'll be another 15 years of misery, and we all sit around and laugh at Knicks fans with their delusion. That's hate.
You know what? Hey, Knicks fans, y'all ain't got no hate from me, bro.
I ain't got no hate.
Enjoy it.
That's
you know what I'm saying? I hope y'all do get at least to the finals.
Yeah, beat Boston.
I don't know. X-Men, nobody tabulated to decide the MVP. I'm going to put everything in it to decide the MVP. That's what I'm going to do. Nobody still mine did. I
don't want the Knicks to win no championship, though. Don't get that twisted. You know what I'm saying?
It's been 51 years. They got to win something.
Nah, they ain't got to win nothing. They too arrogant.
We wrapping this thing up. We'll be back again on Sunday after the game, where we'll be able to hopefully they can even it up. I want a 7-game series.
Well-seasoned gamer said Draymond saying that from home.
Good point.
You can't hate on Draymond being home, bro. He got 4 championships and been in the playoffs like 10 straight years in a row.
He need to be giving Steph half his check.
Draymond's a great defensive player.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that
like button. Hit that like button.